device and activates your biometric features. Once all this is done, you can use the uploading device in the Consciousness Upload Center.
Looks like it's done.
Even though as the authorizer on rotation, I do have the ability to enter the network's world. I must ensure your mission support.
What kind of work?
Your goal is to reach the foundational layer where you can edit system functions. But first, you'll arrive at a virtual Ida world that recreates the eve of the cataclysm.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we're very fortunate. This virtual Ida world is one of the few functions of the network that's still operational. Because it has a data link to the foundational layer, you can think of this as a necessary path to the foundational layer. Let's call it the surface layer for now. These data anomalies are like flaws or loopholes in the surface layer. The preparations for consciousness uploading are considering your background. I'll set your transmission target to the Astro region in Asperia. I'll also attempt to deploy a system backdoor near you. Once you're in, your first objective is to find the system backdoor.
Got it.
We can set off as soon as you're ready. Before we do, feel free to ask me if you have any questions. As to why such a world would be activated, I actually haven't figured out a reason. The face this world presents, or the people and events, are no different from the Ida of the past. Since it's a virtual world, your actions inside won't have any impact on the present. However, it's a shame that most of the historical details before the cataclysm were not preserved due to the— Otherwise, it could provide more intelligence for your mission within. More information about this era can only be slowly unearthed once you— We can set off as soon as you're ready. Before we do, feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Ah, that's right. You need a legitimate and convenient identity to help you move around in the network. I've extracted data from the Asperia data sector, specifically from a researcher in Kylo, which is the 4th district of Hykros. Once you enter the network, we can set off as soon as you're ready. Before we do, feel free to ask me if you have— Due to the current system anomaly, I can only let you enter the network system in the form of an intrusion. However, this carries a high risk of being detected by the system.
Do we have a way to handle—
This is why it's necessary to set up a system backdoor. It can help you bypass the firewall's surveillance and activate more terminal functions. However, this requires you to activate it within the network. We can set off as soon as you're ready. Before we do, feel free to
Zeke, please take care of Shirley.
How I wish I could take your place.
Don't worry, I won't lose my way. During the time Shirley was away, I did a lot of thinking. You two siblings took me in when I lost my memory. giving me a path to move forward. Afterward, Shirley and I journeyed together. We traveled side by side, All right, time. Shirley?
Surely what? Surely it has something to do with space rift? Wakey wakey! If you're done sleeping, hand over the space rift technology.
Space rift technology? Who is this? I must be inside the Gestos network.
Stop playing dumb and quit stalling. Whoever's inside, listen up! I'm Officer Rosalind of Asperia Public Security by the laws of the Federation. Surrender immediately and release the hostages! You're finally awake. I was about to call an ambulance. How are you feeling? Does your head hurt? Feeling any dizziness? Any other side effects?
I'm okay, thanks.
Oh, I work for the Asperia Public Security. Officer Rosalind. I was investigating a criminal group called Wednesday. I noticed that a researcher from Kylo who arrived in Asperia yesterday, that's you, hadn't checked in with public security yet. After connecting the dots, I figured your disappearance might be connected to Wednesday and tracked you down here.
Wednesday?
That's Ace, a core member of Wednesday and a key suspect that we, public security, have been trying to catch. This group, especially Ace, have committed a string of crimes. If you know anything, please do tell. Now that you're all right, let's get you out of here. I have to take you in for a
Actually, before we go, I need to report into Hykros District 4.
I got it. Do what you need to do.
Can you hear me, Plotty?
I've been waiting for quite a while, Authorizer. You're much later than scheduled. I thought you—
The researcher from Kylo that I replaced is currently being held hostage by a criminal gang, so I got caught up in that mess. They demanded this—
What? Are you all—
Luckily, a policewoman saved me, so now I'm—
That's a relief, then. Without further ado, let's start—
Okay.
The Authorizer system integration is the key to bypassing the firewall. The reason you're at risk of being attacked by the firewall is because simply make the system believe you are a part of it, and the integration system can meet our needs. It allows you to experience multiple identities in the surface layer, and record them as data features in the term.
Can I understand this as—
That's right. This allows you to experience the world from multiple dimensions. The closer you're— And there's also the application library function of the terminal, which contains various apps. These apps can modify the data like the space rift you mentioned earlier. You can actually use the portal application on the terminal to achieve a similar effect. However, the number of uses is limited. In essence, the more an application function violates the laws of the world, the greater the chance it will be to the application library function of the terminal is being activated. It will be available. In addition, I've pinpointed the location of the data anomaly. It's on the 27th floor of the Aurora Experimental Center near the Tower of Fantasy, as the headquarters of Aurora Industries. It might not be easy to get in. You could look into it and see if your status as a high-cross employee from District 4 could help. And look who's here.
Ah, Mia!
I've uploaded the data into this little one. Now she can accompany you in the network's world. I believe that with the terminals—
That's wonderful.
Skip the formalities. I just did—
Exit Authorizer. Mia,
Looks like you're still not used to this new title.
I will.
The application module of the terminal has been loaded. You can now try using the terminal's However, the terminal can only handle a limited number of applications at a time. If you need to Not too bad. Looks like you've got the basics of how to use the terminal. Back doors are scattered throughout the place. All you need to do is find buildings with similar appearances, and you can enter these backdoor areas.
All right, I'll take my leave now. The policewoman who saved me has been waiting for me for quite some time.
All right, off you go. I wish you all the best in what's to come. I've got some tough nuts to crack at the Central Arc myself.
We've got a little friend here?
Meet my assistant, the latest model of smart servant.
does she sound like this?
Oh, her speech module's a little glitchy. Not a big deal. It's getting late. We should get going. By the way, where exactly are we?
Linglong Industrial Park. It's the largest and most advanced comprehensive industrial park in Hesperia, where both Aurora Industries and Shooter Electronics have established branches.
The largest? It's hard to tell at a glance.
That's because the Starloop Sea surrounding Astra is an important protected tourist spot in Hesperia, where they host annual surfing festivals and music festivals. To ensure a pleasant experience for tourists and keep Hesperia up to date with the development of the omnium industry, the decision was made from the outset to place the production lines here underground.